So hi everyone, in this video I'm going to discuss how to insert an item into a skip list. So how do we insert an item or a key value pair X and then O into a skip list? So we are going to use a randomized algorithm. And what are we actually randomizing here? So we want to randomize the number of lists that we are going to add. So whenever we add an item, we are going to repeatedly toss a coin until we get tails. And we are going to denote with I the number of times the coin came up heads. So if I is greater than or equal to H, that means that, let's say we have tossed the coins 3 times. So, and we got heads. And then at the time that we got tails, we stop, right? So that would be I. I would be equals to 3 because we flipped or we tossed the coin 3 times. So, and if I is greater than or equal to H, so essentially we are going to compare it with the number of lists that we have. So in this case, the H would be equal to 2 since we have 3 na sublists here, and then we started counting from 0. So let's say if we have tossed 3 times before getting a tail, that means that we are going to add to a skip list a new list. So we are going to add a new list here, S of H plus 1 until S of I plus 1, each containing only the 2 special keys, which is the negative infinity and then the plus infinity. So we are going to add a new list here. Okay, and next is we are going to search for X in the skip list and then find the position of the items with the largest key less than X in each na list, S sub 0 until S sub I. So again, this is what we have to remember. We have to search. So that means that we are going to use the search algorithm that we use that I discussed in the previous video and the skip list and then find the positions of the items, these items with the largest key, but should be less than the key that we are going to add or insert. So assuming that we have tossed the coins and then the I is equal to 2 or the number of heads is equal to 2 before we got a tail. All right. So that means that we are going to of course insert 15. So let's do the search first. We are, as you remember, when we do a search, we are going to start from the top list and then also on the top element. And in this case, it would be the negative infinity. So we are here on the negative infinity. And if you remember, we are going to compare the key 15 with the next element after the position where we are, and that is positive infinity. So since 15 is less than the positive infinity, we are going to drop down. Okay, we are initially here in P2. So we are now in this position here in the list as sub 1 and also on the negative infinity. Next is we are going to compare the key 15 with the element after the position where we are, and that is 23 because we are here at the negative infinity. Next to it is 23. So 15 is less than 23. That means that we are going to drop down again. Now we are here at the list as of 0, still at the negative infinity. Okay, next is we are going to compare again the key 15 with the element after the position where we are, that is 10. And 15 is greater than 10. Since 15 is greater than 10, we are going to scan forward or to move to the right. Okay, so we are now here in this position, 10. Okay, and we are going to compare the key 15 with the element after the position where we are, and that is 23. So 15 is less than 23. That means that we are supposed to drop down. But in this case, there are no more lists. And we have found the position where we want to insert the key 15. And that is between 10 and then 23. And as you remember, I is equal to 2. That's why the 15 here is until this level S of 2. Okay? And that's it. That's it. That's for insertion. Okay, and if you remember earlier, we had here, right, I is greater than or equal to h, and we had I equals 2, and since 2 is equal to the initial h, that means that we have to add another list here containing the 15 or the new element that we needed, including the special keys, negative and then positive infinity. And of course, we shouldn't forget the last na list, which contains only these two special characters that we have. Okay? So I hope you have understood what we needed. So as I have mentioned earlier, we needed to find the position of the items with the largest key that is less than x, and that is 10. And then we know that 15 is not greater than 23, so we stop here. Okay? So this is where we insert the item. That's all. Thank you for listening.